could run together, I'll be by your side before we collide. And if the sky falls down on you, just beat it up before we collide. Let's make it last forever, I'm ready to fly before we collide. And when the sun don't shine on you, just heat it up before we collide.
Welcome to the show. Welcome to Taekwondo. Really great of you to be here. It is a new time, so today it's going to probably be a little bit more of a one-way show. People still need to get used to the new show time because it's 1 hour later than what I did the last few months. And the reason why I'm doing that is that I want you to be able to come, and 8 o'clock the Netherlands time is better for most of you, also in the States and in the UK, which is basically most of the people that are watching the show, but of course also the Netherlands and Belgium and Germany. So much things. So if you're watching and you are not participating, that's a shame, because like I did here myself, hey, welcome to the new time. You can actually see your name if you're on Facebook. In this case, I'm on Facebook. But if you're on YouTube, I can also see your comments here, so that I can, talk about it and, have a nice discussion. At least that is what I really would like to do with the show. This is a community-driven show where we geek out on video, audio, and sometimes other technology like today. If you look at it at the title, then you might have noticed something. We're going to talk about coffee today in today's Taekwondo. And welcome to the show. Welcome to Taekwondo. It's great to be back. Yeah, last week I was not here. Taekwondo, my name is Petra Verbruggen, by the way. And if you want to support the show, boom, taekwondo.net. There you can find how you can contribute to the show with, like $5, $10, or $15, whatever you want to do. If you want to do one time, it's great. Don't worry. Special welcome to the people that are joining live. But of course, if you're watching this video after the fact, you're also more than welcome to be here, because I love to talk to you also after the fact. So welcome to Kathleen, who is in the house. Also, we're talking about Geeks Life. David is also in the house. Coffee? I haven't had that. I didn't have any today. Well, it is, like you said, snowy over in Portland. So maybe it's a good idea to make sure that you're warm. And let's talk about coffee today. So yes, just a little bit of kidding, of course. What is the gear that you need to go to a production? The production's on location, and basically it's cold outside. Maybe in your area, like where David is, it's snowing. Here it's about 50 degrees, I think, Fahrenheit. Let me check. So it's roughly 46 Fahrenheit. And if you want to know what that is in Celsius, that is 8 degrees Celsius. So that is kind of cold. And you want to stay warm, especially if you're outside or in an area where you have a lot of, air coming through. That's the reason why I said coffee is the most important thing, right? Even if it's 8 p.m. So that's a little bit awkward. That's my thing. It's I think it's a thing of my mom who drank coffee also in the evenings, and I do the same thing. My dad, he doesn't do that much, but I think I'm just plain weird. Hey, what's going on? A lot of people are joining. Greg, great of you to be here. Coffee is live, definitely the case. Kathleen, Snow is hot chocolate. Yes, I have to admit, David, you are absolutely right, sir. But then I am not. I think that chocolate by itself is not the best thing. I think that if you really would like to have chocolate, you need to have chocolate with whipped cream and marshmallows. You can wake me up anytime, any place. Yes, even at 3 a.m. with coffee. Sorry, chocolate with marshmallows and whipped cream. You are making my day very much then at that time. Hey Andy, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Great of you to be here. And let me just quickly ask a question. Who of you drinks coffee? And in this case, it's caffeine or without caffeine. That's I don't make a difference at this moment. Who of you drinks coffee or tea? Let's say coffee is a yes. And tea is, and make it a specific tea. That's really what I really want to know, because yeah, I want to know what you guys like. Mocha coffee works fine. She says, Kathleen says, definitely mocha coffee is definitely also nice. David says, yes, that is actually a great way to drink it. Yeah, it is definitely a great way to drink it. It's not good for your waist, but it is, if you just drink it once or twice, it's good, right? Andy says, you sound cold today. I'm not sure what that means, but he probably is cold there as well. And yes, and he just said, good evening, Andy. Great of you to be here. I love that you guys are here, because I was a little bit worried, to be quite honest, because yeah, it's a little bit of a new time, but I have talked to you guys and I've listened to you. You guys loved 1 hour later. I know maybe 1 hour later would even be more fun, but that is for me really not the best thing. So, okay, let's talk coffee. I'll check your comments later, but let's talk coffee. So, coffee. I have here a coffee mug or a thermos flask with coffee that I just made about 30 minutes before the show. It's the way that I drink it at this moment is because it's later in the evening. I drink a little bit more cappuccino than the standard the real stuff that I drink in the mornings. But this is really hot. Let me try it a little bit. Yes, it's still hot, so that is a great stuff. So what I did was with this coffee, I poured 2 times an espresso, 1 time as a coffee lungo. That's Italian for the big coffee, and then espresso, and then poured in a milk foam. Right. So that's what I created, and this is in this flask. But the thing is with these kind of flasks is that it's not the best temperature. And so I needed to have something, right? I needed to have something that actually, if you drink it now and in 30 minutes and in 1 hour from now, it tastes even the same way with the same temperature. Well, this is not for you, because when you pour it in at the start of the day, you drink it, you will burn your mouth, which I don't like to do. That's not my tea, my cup of coffee. Um, but maybe you are. There are people that love to have it as strong as possible. Ugh. But but I also don't like cold coffee unless it's iced coffee with like whipped cream and chocolate and that kind of stuff. Then it's over. And it's great. Let me see. There are a lot of comments before I continue. David says he says I drink decaf usually when I do drink, but I do not drink it every day. That's fine. That's absolutely great. I know that some people do not handle caffeine the way that I do. I just need caffeine. I have. David said I have not had coffee for a long time. I do have some good coffee. My family grows coffee beans in Costa Rica. Oh. How difficult would it be to get some beans over here in the Netherlands just to try them out? Just one portion. Can you arrange that? I would love to try it out. Hey Jason, what's going on? How are you? Great of you to be here. David says, Petra, you should update to vMix 22. The smiley faces, etc. show up. I will do that. Thank you so much. By the way, if you don't know what vMix is a switcher software that I use and we use around here for switching the show, and so I can actually go into different camera positions, like this one, this one, this one, and I have multiple others, but now we're gonna use it like this. Jason says, I used to buy those fancy Nespressos, but now I buy Folgers and add honey and milk. I don't know what Folgers is, but I do know what honey is, and I do know what milk is, and that should taste very sweet, I think. Now I have to admit, let me get my. I have to admit that the Nespresso cups, I actually don't buy them anymore. We have so much different brands that have the same cups here that it doesn't really matter anymore. And the Nespresso cups are way too expensive in my opinion. I mean, you have to pay about $40 for one cup, and compare that to what I buy is like about 20 cents per cup, which is half the price. So that's what I want. But I do like. I just have to press the button, and I don't have to wait too long, and I have my nice cup of coffee, which is great. Where is the B-roll of that? Huh? I have no clue what you're talking about. I think that may be possible. I have to ask them in Spanish. Español? Great. That's what you can do. I think that you can. I mean, taco. The wall. No, just kidding. So I think that you're okay. Has vMix 22 been released? Kathleen asks. No, but you can download the beta version. Folgers is a US coffee brand, just basic coffee, nothing special. And indeed, like Jason says, vMix 22 is being released at NAB in April. Nice. Oh, Folgers. Oh, okay. Folgers. Oh, where's the B-roll of me making coffee? That's a good one. I actually have it, but not. I actually created that once for something totally different, but I didn't do that today. Let me think. Where can I find it? I think that I can show it. Give me a few seconds. This is not prepared. Of course. Let me look here. Go to videos. Then let me see. There you go. No sound, please. Yeah. Okay. I have it. That's good. Now, of course, you want to see it, so then I need to do it right. It's like so. This is all like so. Nah, this is as good as it gets at this moment. So I'll show you how I make my coffee right now. This is me when I'm not really awake, and it was very early in the morning. This is like I do it always, and this is the way that I make my coffee. But I do it with 2 of these cups, and I pour it into this this part, and I of course I have milk. I need to have milk because that is part of the cool stuff. And then you put it in this foam machine. This foam machine I can switch on. It does its thing, and once it's done, I just pour it in and the coffee in, put it in like so, and it's great. So luckily I had that B-roll. Yes, I indeed, that was part of a vlog, and that's where I did it. So yes. Oh, I have to pronounce the J, the J not silent. Okay, so let me try it again. Where is the name again? Foyers. Is that okay? Did I now pronounce it correctly? And then you just can say that I'm a stupid Dutch person. That's fine. All right. So, but we're talking a lot about this coffee, but that's not what we're here about. We're here for something totally different, and that is something which I like. Amber, the travel mug. Let me explain this thing. So, this is a not so great thermos flask. Thermos flask. I hope that I say that correctly. This is better. So in that case, so this has a more generic downward spiral if it comes to your time temperature. But this one, by the way, this is really like an Apple product. If you open it, it's very nice. It's open to right there, but we'll show it later. But so it's a very nice back and a nice color thing going on here. But it's empty. But let's show how it looks like, because I have it right here. This one goes here, and that one goes here. So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to show you my Amber flask. So what is this? This is a product where you can where you can get your coffee at the right temperature and stays at that right temperature for about 2 hours. So how does it work? So first of all, let's unscrew the top, which I have prepared this nice upshot here. So let's unscrew this, and this is just the way it looks right here, and I'll just put in the coffee that I just created here. I don't have a temperature for everything, so I'll just pour it in like so. The foam is gone, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. And this is a cool device. Let me show it to you. So this is the lid, and it's a very cool lid because the way it works. So let me get this screwed in. La 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 la. There you go. And there you have it. So this is what it looks like. I probably are making mistakes. Flask, do you have a whiskey in there? Why not? That would be a great idea. By the way, I actually have other stuff which is great. Well, I'll show you in a minute. And let me see. There's a lot of. Is it dishwasher safe? That is a great question. And This is also a little bit of a review, Jason. So I'll also say some things about it which are not so great. So one of the things that is a little bit awkward of this is that it actually has these metal rings that you can see right here, and because of those metal rings that can be charged on this plate. It is not safe for dishwashing. Unfortunately, you need to do it by hand. I don't own a dishwasher, so for me it's not a big deal. But I can imagine that if you own one, that yeah, it's a thing. I can imagine that. Switch shots. We'll do that later. What is the magic? So what is the magic? Great question, Fiona. What is the magic? Well, you have a heater inside of the flask. So let's switch it on. So let's go into this side again so you can see this. So you can actually, when you turn it on, yeah, you're turning on it says hello. Hello. And then you can see that the temperature at this moment is 51.5 degrees. This is Celsius. So, and you're able to change the temperature, what you want, by just changing the dial here. So if you want to have 57 degrees, or you want to have 56 degrees or 55 degrees, then you can just switch on. You can just turn the foot of the flask. So this is 55 degrees. It's now 52 degrees. So now what happens is that the temperature inside of the mug will increase a little bit over time. It will take roughly about 2 minutes to get to that amount. Kathleen says, have you ever tried one of those heated coffee mugs? The kind you charge up before using. So, Kathleen, this mug is from Amber, and Amber is the same brand that Starbucks sells at their stores as a mug. Now, as a ceramic mug, I was a little bit debating if I wanted to do that, because for me it's more important because I want to drink the coffee when I'm driving to work. So this makes more sense for me than a mug that is open, because it will lose the heat a little bit quicker, so it needs more energy. So that also means that it can hold the temperature for a little less than about 2 hours. So that's it. Fiona says, I own a dishwasher. He's called Paul. That's funny that you say that, because I recall about my mom saying that she had a Petra at home when she bought a dishwasher. So that's also still the name of the dishwasher my dad has. So that's really funny. David says, if I drank more coffee, I think I would definitely get one of these. Yeah, so what is the use case of this one? I'm not 100% clear about that. So what you get with this part is that it's chargeable, so it's fully charged, and it's warm, and like I said, and I'm trying to show you the temperature now. So it's already gained some temperature. So I put it on 55 degrees, and it's already 53.5 degrees. Let me remove this plate here so that you can actually see it. But of course, being a smart product, it also has an app. So let's also open the app on my iPhone. Now I'm doing it a little bit analog, so I'll just put it right here and show you this screen right here. Oops, get rid of this one. Okay, so here you go. Amber, boom. This is the application that you have. And with this application, it connects via Bluetooth with the speaker. Follow us on Instagram at this moment. Not. Thank you. And it's already on 54 degrees, which is great. And remember, I put the product on 55 degrees, and of course it's fluctuating between 54 and 53.5 because it's in between somewhere. But I can also make this 54, and once it reaches it will say your perfect temperature 54.5 has been reached. Enjoy. And you know what that means? You can drink your coffee the way that you like it best. Oh, love it. Okay, but there's more. It's even better because if I swipe up, it has predefined slots. So it has latte, it has cappuccino, coffee, black tea, green tea for the people that drink tea. You can have a tea timer. So what does that mean is that if you put in your tea bag, you can put it in and you say, oh, I want to get notified after 2 minutes or 3 minutes when I think the tea is a perfect blend. Then you just put it off. You open the lid, get it out, and it's great. It's absolutely fantastic. I love this. But you can change your presets as much as you want. You can add. You can add different ones. You can turn off the heater. You can turn on the heater. Why is it not stopping wiggling? Okay, there you go. There are some drink recipes which I have not checked yet, but that might be cool. Let me see what we have here. Blah, 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 blah. Paul Dixon washes people's dishes. I had no idea. It's not that Paul. It's the other Paul, the Fiona Paul that does that, I think. Is it based on USB cable power? It is not based on USB cable power. There is an adapter with it so it has quite some charging needs, and it takes roughly 4 hours to charge the battery in full. And like I said, it takes a few. It will keep the warmth for about 2 hours. Now that depends on the temperature that you want it at, and of course also the difference in temperature from the outside and the inside. So what I typically see is that it's about 1 hour and 45 minutes. But it's definitely a great mug, and it's also very safe. And now I'm going to do something that I won't regret. Let's do it. Let's do this. So if you have these kind of mugs, you can actually not put point them the other way around. This is gonna work, hopefully. There you go. Nothing. Can just hold it like so. There is nothing to worry about. The lid is perfectly closed. And I don't try this with the other thermo flasks. This is something that is really cool about this one. But there's more. What I also like, and now I have to prepare it a little bit. So I have this old one, and I'm just gonna compare them side by side. So this one, if you're in a car and you're driving, you have to feel where the lid is, and then you have to open the lid and you have to close the lid. It's quite a challenging thing. But with the other one, it's really easy, because what you do is like this. Of course, the first time it's a little bit more of pressure there, but then it doesn't matter how you drink it. You can drink it that way, you can drink it that way, you can drink it that way and that way. So this is the way that I love it. Really nice. So the pressure is really powerful, as you have seen. So you have to be a little bit careful, and that is also what is mentioned in the manual, which I of course never read, but that's the way it is. Let me see. My dad says 3-bean crushed and water. Yep. You need a roaster in there. I hope I would love to have a roaster in there. Yeah, that was brave. Yeah, that was definitely brave. I mean, with all the parts here, that's something that you don't want to have that possibility that something goes wrong. But yeah, I've tried it a few times. Of course, the first time it was just with water. The second time it was with water with a bit hot, and now it was with coffee, and it's just perfectly brilliant. It's brilliant. David says, "Oh wait, oh wait." What is he saying? Did you just splash hot coffee all over your X keys? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, of course not. Of course I didn't. I would never do that. Of course not. Okay, so that's it. So coffee, the most important thing for your production, and now you have a product that can help you have perfect coffee or tea, not only coffee, whenever you want. And it is a fantastic product. And it's such a great experience. I mean, just look at this. It has a nice display. You can change the temperature on the flask itself, or you can change it on your iPhone or Android, I think, is also there. So it is fantastic. Well, I love it. Is it expensive? Yes, it's expensive. So you have to be aware of that. But this is something that I'm using every single day for going to work, but also the idea is when I have to go to some other places and I know that there is no coffee there. This is my friend. This is my friend. Be aware. There's one more thing. Be aware that this one gradually becomes less. This one actually does this. So when it's too hot, it will fall with the temperature very fast. Then it will remain very straight, and then once the battery is drained, it will fall faster than this one. So there is a caveat there. So the thermos idea of this one is not so good as this one, but the coffee when you drink it, that those 2 hours is perfect for those 2 hours, and that's the idea about it. I love it. I'm so in love with this thing. I'm so in love with my coffee. How much does it cost? Well, in the States they are probably about $110, I think. The whole thing, this one. There are cheaper ones, but those are ceramic mugs or bronze mugs. No, bronze, copper. So copper mugs or some ceramic mugs are also there. I can also show them how they look like. Let me go to their website. There you go. I'll show you very quickly how they look like, because I have to admit that the copper one, I mean, that is beautiful. So look at this one. Boom! This is a mug that they have. Oh, go away. So this is a mug that they have in copper, which is totally awesome. That's really great. Let me see. This is the black version. There's also a white one, and this one is also in white, but only if you buy it at apple.com. Here in Europe. In the States it might be different, but here in Europe the white one is only available via Apple. So you have multitude of possibilities there, which are great. So yeah, I hope that helps. Let me see. How heavy is it while it's empty? Am I doing this? Yes, I'm doing this. I'm reading the manual. Yep. Is it on the box? Yeah. a good question. It is not. Well, let me compare these two. So this one is less heavy than this one. Of course, this also has coffee, but also when it's not full. But it's not really heavy. And it has 12 ounces that you can pour in, or 355 milliliters. So there's a lot that you can put in there. Sorry, I do not know, but it is a little bit more heavy than this flask right here. A coffee that size only lasts to me about 50 minutes, so the 2 hours really doesn't matter to me. Normally I agree with you, but what I do typically in the car is that I just sip a little bit and then drive a little bit further, and then I sip a little bit and drive a little bit further. And my problem is that I always do that. Always end up with cold water. Oh, sorry, coffee. 12 pounds. All right, so it's 12 pounds. Thank you very much, David, for checking that. Really appreciate that, and Kathleen also appreciates that. So that's it for today. I hope that you liked the show. I also hope that you love the new time. Next week we're going to talk a little bit more again about video and that kind of stuff. More about that later on this week. You just watch this channel on Facebook, and you'll see what's happening. If you are also on YouTube, like for instance David is, or then make sure to subscribe to the channel. I hope that I will find some more time to do the vlogging, but let's get this weekly show back on the road first, and then add on top of that. So that's it. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you on the next one. Bye.